Benedictine, Villa Angela, St. Joe's, Mayfield. You had a lot of success. You paid your dues, as they would say. But to make the jump from defensive coordinator at Mayfield to St. Edward's head coach, were you surprised by that at all?
No, the one thing you see in sports sometimes when you see successful programs and great programs with tradition like St. Edward, they've had coaches in the past with head coaching experience, and there's that one school of thought, either go with somebody with experience a little bit older or maybe give a young guy a shot with a lot of energy, and they went in that direction, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to showcase my talents, but most importantly to get the coaches that I believe are great for kids, great football coaches around these type of kids to improve and enhance their lives and make them better men. It's making a St. Edward football program and the St. Edward community much better.
Was there one big drastic change that you made to take this team from 4-6 to now 11-0?
Commitment from the coaches and the kids, a collective commitment to excellence on a day-to-day basis. Every week started with a certain quote, and analyzing that quote as an inspiration to take us on through the week. And the one philosophy that I have in dealing as a head coach or even a position coach and a coordinator was to kind of take care of your own house, take care of your kids. Every year, tradition only takes you so far. It goes to the point where those kids on the field have to produce and these coaches have to produce. And, this was our time.
Great history of football here at St. Ed's. But in other sports, they've won over 35 state titles. Football's not one of them. Now, you yourself have won one as a player. You won one as a defensive coordinator. What would it be like to win one as a coach and hang the first banner here at St. Ed's for football?
I think it would be very special for these seniors. The seniors were the ones that really bought into this coaching staff and really bought into St. Edward football. Again, we had to reestablish ourselves. It would go a long ways for them to kind of be that class that put St. Edward football where we've always wanted to be. Everybody would relish in that.
What do you think your best attribute is as a head coach?
Boy, I don't know. I think that's always a work in progress. The one thing that I try to do, I try to stay organized, get everybody on the same page, and bring that energy. Kids hate practice, but I love it, so I'm always into them. And the one thing that I think I do is I know everything about every kid in the program. What city they're from, about their family, what kind of grades they're getting in the classroom. I'll sit in the classroom with some of the kids if they're struggling behaviorally, but I also know the good stuff that they're doing too. And I think that's important. You have to know the kid. It's not so much what I know as a coach. It goes back to how much I care about them. I think we'll get the most out of them.
And if you could change one thing, if there's a worst quality that you have, the worst quality, what would you like to improve?
I think there's the point of diminishing returns. I'm such a grinder. I grind myself to the point where I just work nonstop, make the staff work, the kids. You get to that point where you want to see perfection, and it's hard. They're 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. You're not going to get it perfect. But the one thing that I can demand perfectly is effort and desire and the will to succeed and do everything. The effort and the attention has to be there.
What's the biggest difference in your mind and the way you prep your guys between a regular season game and now in the playoffs?
Becoming a champion, it's not a light switch. You have to have a continual focus and effort and drive to be a champion. So for us, it's just the playoffs. It's that heightened expectation of this could be your last game for a senior. This could be the last time that they have a Monday preparation meeting, or that they're in practice with their friends, or being around these coaches and wearing the green and gold. So there is a certain significance there, and the focus has to be extremely heightened, and your energy level has to be up, and you can't afford to have a bad series or a bad practice, or it could be over.
On the field, what do you think your team's biggest strength is?
The togetherness, the bond. There's cement, and we always talk about being bonded and cemented, that nothing can penetrate us. But every week we see something different. Their ability to adapt and be a cemented, bonded group has been able to carry over.
If you could take one thing that you know from winning a state title as a player, winning a state title as a defensive coordinator, to tell your kids one thing that can help them reach that same goal this year, what would it be?
Boy, the one thing that I think you have to understand is you got to make it happen. I mean, whether it's a series, whether it's a practice, the preparation, last play, 4th and 1, and the game's on the line, you got to make it happen. You've done everything to that point. You're in the playoffs. You've done all the preparation. You can't practice anymore. You can't get another bench press or a squat in. But right then and there, that desire's got to show through and that make it happen. You got to make it happen. Got to do it.